Welcome back to Boundaries and Banter. We are your hosts,
Taryn and Michela.
Today we're going to be talking about dating culture, specifically dating apps and getting ghosted.
Yes. And also, like swipe culture, all of that. And also, what kind of, while still being sensitive, what gender roles have kind of become and how.
Especially with the dating apps.
Especially with the dating apps and how it's kind of just made a confusing environment for creating long-lasting love in relationships.
Okay, so I met my now husband when I just turned 31. Okay, so like at the time I felt like, oh my God, I am really running out of time here. I remember I was like dating a lot and, it was when you're in that phase of life, it seems really, really hard and really, what's that word? Discouraging. You feel really discouraged at the time when you keep going on dates and they don't work out.
Yeah.
But then you meet the right person. Like I remember when I met my husband, there was nothing about the situation with him that made me anxious. It felt right. And everyone always said when you meet the right person, you'll know it feels right. And it's really true.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you got married in 3 months.
I got engaged.
In 3 months.
In 3 months. We met September of 21 and he proposed
I got
January.
engaged in 6 months.
Yeah, I mean, it's very
Did
short.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I did.
And actually, I don't know if I ever told you the story, but my dad and my mom on their first date, my dad said, I'm just letting you know I'm not looking for anything serious. And she said, great, me too. And 3 weeks later, he proposed and they've been together, for a very long time.
But the whole point is that you and your husband met on an app.
Yeah. Okay. So, true. Okay. So what I want to go back to, sorry, my husband and I met on Hinge. And I remember people saying to me, get off the apps. Like you need to meet people in person. But no, I met him on an app.
COVID.
Yeah, it was COVID. What year was 2021?
COVID really changed the dating game.
Yeah.
You used to be able to meet people in person.
I mean, do you remember even during COVID? I mean, I guess I remember this. I don't know if you would.
COVID dates?
Zoom dates. People wanted to do Zoom dates.
Oh God, I don't think I did that.
It felt like, I remember there were a few people that I spoke to on apps that said, okay, do you want to get on a Zoom and get to know each other? And I felt like that was so strange. How are you going to get to know each other on a Zoom?
Well, I think that was weird, but I think I had some Hinge dates or app dates that I freaking hated the apps.
I won't say that I hated them because I met my
husband. No, but you are a success story, right? I've seen success stories, and the success stories are amazing. But okay, forget your husband. I mean, the whole process of the apps. Who loves the apps? Who's like, I love the apps.
No, it's true.
It can be a lonely thing, honestly. And you're talking to a computer, and it's like AIM with a random person. But
right,
I remember I would talk. There were some people that wanted to have a phone call or like a FaceTime before we met, which I really liked because my
husband did that.
No, shut up. Did he ask you?
No, he asked if we could have a call. Not like to get to know each other, but this was after he had planned the date. I think maybe it was the day of the date. He called me.
Did he really?
And we spoke for like 20 minutes.
Okay, but wasn't it nice? I mean, everyone that I had the call with or whatever, I was more wanting to go on a date with them.
Oh, so it was prior.
It was pre-date.
Well, I guess this was pre-date too.
It was pre-date. It was like, oh, should we see if we even like each other?
But how do you know if you like each other?
You don't. But I mean, it's nice to be able to speak to somebody before you meet a random person.
Oh, I think
also,
it's good
what
to
if they're going to kill you? You know, at least you can talk to them.
It's scary. There are some crazy, scary stories out there.
Wait, I didn't know that you and your husband had a call before.
Yeah, he called me, and I think he kind of made the call as if, oh, I'm just calling to make sure that our plans are still on and what time I'm picking up. I don't remember if it was the day before the date or the day of the date. I don't remember. But I do remember when he asked me out, we had met on the app, and then he was very, like a lot of the, and we'll talk about this in 1 second after I tell this story, but a lot of the guys are they want to be your pen pal on these apps. He was very quick to ask me on a date.
Oh, God.
And it wasn't, oh, let's go to drinks. It was dinner and he was going to pick me up. And I remember thinking to myself, oh God, like this could go sideways. Like what if I'm not into this guy at all? Then it's me a nightmare. I'm at dinner with him. I think he wanted to we went to dinner in Venice. Thank God it went well. And now he's the only person I go on dates with, but
yeah, I mean, there's that thought, right? He's going to pick me up. So one, I'm stuck unless I actually leave and call an Uber, which awk. And two, we're going to Venice. I don't live close to Venice. So we're in the boonies and I'm stuck in the boonies. And that's very daunting and scary.
But anyways, the point of that story was he was very quick to ask me on a date. You could tell he was serious, dating with intention. And a lot of the issues with apps I find is that first off, people just want to be a pen pal.
Or they just want to bang.
True. But there is that you go on a date with someone and I feel like now it's so superficial with the apps because really with the apps, you are choosing someone based on how they look, a picture. Yes, you want to be attracted to whoever you're with.
Or what they've posted as their job or where they went to school.
Their height.
Right. And maybe job and school isn't superficial because those matter. But in terms of like
what they do,
interests, building a stable life for yourself. But yeah, you're right. Looks, height, this, that.
Wait. So I think you go on a date with someone and really didn't like the way they dressed. So I'm just going to go home and keep swiping.
Yeah. This gave me the ick.
And what people have to remember is there's character versus habit. You can change how someone dresses.
Yeah.
You can change the way they do their hair.
Yeah.
They can change, if they're overweight or whatever, if you want them to be more fit, whatever the case. But you can't change someone's character. Character is it's character. It's a difficult thing to change. And I think that when you're dating someone, before you just swipe to the next, you should give them a chance.
Yeah, but I also think that if you know what you want and you have a strong sense of self and you know what you're looking for, like I went on dates. I was dating for a while before I met my husband. I feel like maybe I didn't go on that many dates. There was one point where I would like really put myself out there, but it was more to just get like some experience. And I would know pretty quickly if it was not right.
I have a question for you. If you saw your husband on an app,
which
you did, would you have said no?
I did say no.
Okay, so there you go. That's the other problem with apps. Yes. I know a lot of people that are with someone that have said, if I saw my significant other, my husband, my wife on an app, I would never have swiped yes.
So I knew him and he had liked me on all the apps and I always ignored it or just said no. It didn't match with him. But because the universe had a different plan for us. We weren't meant to match through that way or at that time or whatever it was.
Right. But I think that apps in a way, yes, they're great. And I love the apps because I'm a success story, but I can also see how the apps are so annoying.
They are annoying.
They're so annoying.
Oh my gosh. And you know what? People are the worst. I used to just mess with people on the apps. I was an app troll. I never did that. I wasn't serious on the apps. When people would talk to me, I was like a joke. I would joke. Because they weren't serious.
You can tell who is and who isn't serious.
Yeah.
But I also find the problem with the apps is, okay, like I know for me back in the day, this would happen to me. You would meet someone, you would start talking to them, and then you have a fantasy of who this person is in your head.
Yeah, that happened to me.
And that they're not that person.
No.
You haven't even met them yet. You're like imagining your life with this human. You don't even know who they are, right?
Yeah. And also, I mean, people will post. I would see people I know on these apps, okay? And their prompts would be like, they were trying, because I know them and I was friends with them. And I would see their prompts and I'd be like, these guys are trying so hard to be cultured and cool, and like they were like,
but you knew the real deal.
They've been like, I go to like Uruguay in the winter and I'm in Saint-Tropez in the summer, and all of this, like this story they would make themselves out to be, and then you'd meet them and they were kind of mediocre or whatever, or maybe they were amazing, but they were just not who they were portraying themselves to be, and they would want to come off as so cool. And like, it is what the girls like. It is what the girls like on the apps. because they think, oh, like this guy's cultured. He's seen the world. He, comes from a nice family. He's well-to-do or whatever. And that's like not really the truth for the most part.
I think that's why it takes time to get to know someone, right?
Yeah. Also, like, the only thing that matters is how committed somebody is to being the best version of themselves for their partner, and that you guys are on the same page about things. I never thought when you know was a thing, but my husband and I said that we were in love with each other after 10 days after our first date.
I remember because I remember you guys calling me. I was on the way back from Pilates and him saying, your wish came true. I just told Taryn I'm in love with her or something like that. Do you remember?
Yeah. Yeah, he like looked at me really seriously. He was laughing. He was like, oh, I love you. And so I mocked him because he kept saying that to me. And it was 1 week after our first date. And I was like, oh, you love me? And then he got really serious. And he was like, I am madly in love with you and I'm going to marry you.
That's really cute.
And I was like, I love you too.
When my husband told me he loved me, I remember we were visiting my parents. We were at their house. And he said, I want you to know, I love you. I mean, no, I really like you. And I was like, you can't take it back.
He tried to take it back. He got nervous.
Yeah, he got nervous. But here we are. 4 years, 2 kids.
2 kids.
So I think you can definitely find the love of your life on an app. I have friends that also found their significant others on apps and have very happy marriages. But back in the day, it wasn't like this. There were matchmakers. Actually, today there's matchmakers. Back in the day,
yeah, there were. I mean, back in the day, I don't know what that means, but there used to be like you'd set your friends up with people. Yeah, and that still exists. Or you'd go to a restaurant or a bar, or whatever, and you'd meet people out. That doesn't really exist so much anymore.
I'm sure it does.
Not so much. Not since COVID. I feel things really changed.
Things have changed. I think because people have in their minds. Maybe people have in their minds that the only place they're going to meet someone is an app. I don't know.
I also think the hyper independence has become so prevalent, and like female like self-protection, because I can't speak about males, but just as a female myself, there's just all these ways that we want to protect ourselves from being hurt or being overinvested or investing in something that's going to,
that fantasy of what you think is going to happen or who this person is.
Yeah. Or, femininity is viewed as weakness. And so I just think also, especially since COVID, like we're really dedicated to being independent. And that's really important. My parents always raised me, make sure that you never have to rely on somebody for money. Make sure you never have to rely on somebody for,
you have to be happy with yourself before you can be happy in a relationship.
My parents really stressed being self-sufficient.
Right.
Because you don't know what's going to happen in life. And that was really important. But I think that stress has become so prevalent and overstressed now that, and it kind of bled into this narrative that like femininity is weakness, and that this hyper independence has prevented women from kind of like being in their feminine and being soft and like being okay with being taken care of and being okay with maybe not being the breadwinner of the home or whatever it is. And that can be really hard for men to receive, who then don't get to be in their masculine. And then the men are in their feminine. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
do you get what I'm saying?
I get what you're
saying. Like men have become weaker and women have become stronger.
I mean, even take Bumble for an example. The dating app Bumble.
Yeah, with the women.
That the women initiate.
Yeah, I never did that.
But I mean, in that app, I don't know if it's still big. From what it's only Hinge. I mean, what are the apps? Raya, Hinge. What else is there? Tinder.
Do people use that?
I think so. But I always thought Tinder was more like the hookup. But Hinge, I feel like is and maybe I just say Hinge is where you.
Hinge is the commoner. Hinge is the.
Yeah, because that's where I met someone. But there's also like, there's J-Swipe.
Yes. Is that?
I got some weird ass messages on J-Swipe, like very sexual, like.
Shut up.
Very sexual, inappropriate.
Okay, but wait, go back to what you were going to say. Bumble.
I don't remember. Oh, Bumble. So what you were saying, that the gender roles are, it's...
I think it's a larger cultural thing, though. Like
yeah.
It's a societal thing that's happened, right? So like masculinity is now toxic. Femininity is now weak. So, you see men kind of shrinking. Like men aren't as bold. They're not as confident. They're, they play a little bit more games. They take a little bit more of a back seat. They are nervous to, overimpose. They're like, oh, I don't know if she's going to want that, so I'm just not going to do it, or whatever it is.
It's like also the games. I hate the games. Like you either like someone or you don't. Stop with the games.
Yeah, nothing is more attractive than a man just saying, I really like you. I would love to take you out to dinner.
Right. But even with women, there are the games and there's the rules you have to follow. So, I don't even know what the rules are, but don't be too quick to text back. But why? If you like someone, text them back. I'm a firm believer that if someone's meant to be in your life, if you're meant to be with this person, if you're meant to marry this person or spend the rest of your life with them, you can't ruin it. You can't ruin what's meant for you.
I think women need to play a little bit of a game. I disagree with that.
Okay. There's a difference. I'm not saying that women should, be the ones to chase, but I also think that the game playing has gone to a new level.
That's true. But I think the game playing, we've been out of the game for a while, but I think the game playing is different now because I think men are weaker.
So what is the game?
I don't know.
What are the rules?
I don't know, but I don't see it as a guy texts a girl. I don't know, maybe if a guy is texting you at a late hour saying, hey, do you want to hang?
Okay, that's different. Obviously.
No, no, just for our viewers. No.
What?
No. That's a no-no. That's still a no-no.
Of course, if a guy's texting you at 11 p.m., hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Okay,
bye.
you know what's coming.
Yeah, and you not responding for a certain amount of time isn't going to change that guy's view of you. Just don't respond.
Have you ever seen, I'm sure everyone knows and follows Tinks, but she has that hookup box theory.
Mm-mm.
It's you.
Oh, a guy automatically puts you in a box?
Yeah, you're in a box. The box theory or whatever.
Your marriage, hookup, or friend?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. And I've seen her post about it. I don't know 100% exactly what she says, so I don't want to get it wrong. But yeah, if a guy's texting you at 11:30 p.m. on a Saturday, you're likely in the hookup box, right?
Yeah, and you'll never get out. Is that what she says too?
Yeah, she says you never.
She's right. You'll never get out.
Once you're in the box.
Once you're in the box,
that's done.
So just move forward.
I think unless you're the exception, you go from booty call hookup to wife, but it's
you're
very unlikely.
Not, so just move on with your life.
You're likely not.
Yeah. But yeah, I just think there's just this crazy dynamic where men hesitate instead of lead. Women, are so self-driven and so hyper independent now that they're like, I don't really need a man. Women don't really need men.
To speak to that, I'm not going to say, when our parents were younger, I know I could speak for my mom. She was done having kids by the time she was 30. I only started having kids when I was in my 30s. And so many women are getting married later. Actually, my OB told me most first-time moms at Cedars, I'm pretty sure he said this, and I don't want to get it wrong, but from what I recall, he said most first-time moms are around the age of 35. Because I remember saying to him, am I too old to have a kid?
My mom had me at 35.
When you are in your 30s, it's not, and to what you were saying with the hyper-independency, it gets harder to coexist with someone because you're so used to this way of life.
Used to your way of life. Even before I met my husband, I was so used to my way of life and I was only 28.
You're used to your routine. You wake up, you do this, you do that.
But it's I want to be in my feminine.
Yeah, of course.
I want to be proud to cook for my family. And I'm a lawyer. I work really hard, but I really believe that, men should sit in their masculine in order for a woman to be able to sit in her feminine.
I think it's really important to have those roles.
I think so too. And I think that they've been totally dragged through the mud.
Well, just because you're a working woman doesn't mean.
You know what? It's happened. They've been politicized.
Is that what it is?
Totally. It's been politicized and it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. It's okay that women can be workers and caretakers. It's okay that women can cook for their husbands, But what really is so important and beautiful is when a man can create the space for a woman to be that, so that she doesn't have to be so hyper independent and so self-reliant to the extent that there's no room for anybody else. Because that's a product, that hyper independence is a product of male weakness.
I want to tell our viewers, I don't think dating is broken. I know it seems really hard and it feels discouraging, and you keep asking yourself, am I going to meet the right person? But you have to remember there's a lid for every pot. You will meet your person if that's what you want.
Cute. And also, dating in LA specifically sucks. And we're with you and we get you because we were both in that position, and we both got married 30 or up, and there's no right timeline. There's no pressure. Everything in your life that is supposed to happen will happen. It's already written out for you.
One thing I want to get into is women trying to force something that's not meant for them.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to dating.
Yeah.
I've been there before.
Me too.
I've been ghosted. I've tried to force something that is not meant to be, that's not right, that the signs, like it couldn't be more clear. Hey, we're not a match, yet you want to force it because you want something so badly. And you need to, just like how we spoke about with friendships and taking a step back with friendships, you need to learn to take a step back with a relationship and realize this isn't meant for you.
Yeah.
But with that being said, ghosting is not okay and you shouldn't ghost people.
Oh my gosh. The ghosting that happens because of apps or whatever.
Cowards.
Yeah, because it's been so easy to be behind a screen. Just tell someone, hey, it was really nice meeting you. I had a great time on our date. I don't really see this moving any further for me. And I wanted to be as upfront with you as possible so that, we could both meet the right person. Just be honest.
It's not hard.
It's not hard, and it's not lame. It's really lame when you can't do it. You're a loser if you can't do that to somebody. Like, honestly, grow up.
The ghosting is ridiculous.
The ghosting sucks.
I think, and we spoke about this also on our bullying episode. People hide behind a computer screen, a phone screen, whatever it is. So it makes it really easy. Like, okay, I just don't have to reply.
Yeah.
Probably never going to see this person again.
And honestly, if that happens to you, I mean, that person's not worthy of you, because look at how easily they could disrespect another human being.
And when you're dating, you have to think to yourself, is this the person that I want to wake up next to for the rest of my life, that I want to leave my kids with? And I heard something, if God forbid something had to happen to you, is the person that you're with someone that you feel comfortable leaving your kids with for the rest of your life? Rest of their life.
Well, what I always say, and what I said, my friend actually from Costa Rica commented on one of our posts, reminding me that I said this to her. And my other friend who introduced us told me that she's been saying this since, and this was like 6 years ago. And I would always say, when you're really sad about a breakup, or you're really sad about a guy or a woman, or I mean, in this situation it would be a guy, but, and you're crying, and you're so upset. Ask yourself, is this the father of, if you want to have children, is this the father of my children?
Yeah. And if you don't want to have children, is this someone I could see waking up next to for the rest of my life?
Right. But if, let's say you want to have the traditional family route, like you want to have kids, okay? If this person is not 100% the father of your children, they don't matter. They don't matter today. They don't matter in 5 years. They don't matter tomorrow. It doesn't matter. If it's not going to matter in 5 years, why does it have to matter today? You don't have to be so sad about, someone ghosting you or someone not being worthy of you, because at the end of the day, life is so long. And if it doesn't matter in 5 years, it doesn't matter today. And if they're not the father of your children, they don't matter today.
I agree. And I'm going to quote Tinks again. I really like this one thing that she says. And she says, hold a funeral. So if this person isn't right for you, like, hold a funeral and move on.
Yeah.
Get over it.
Yeah.
Because every person that's not right for you, you're one step closer to meeting the right person.
100%. You want to read our story?
Yeah. Is this normal? I matched with someone on an app and we started talking right away. Good morning texts, late night check-ins, joking about our days. It felt consistent, like interest was there. Every time we talked about hanging out, it stayed vague. We should do something soon. No day, no plan. Oh my God, I've been through this before. Did I send this story in? So I started doing that thing where you overthink everything. Am I replying too fast? Should I wait a little this time? Did that message sound too eager? Meanwhile, we're still talking every day about our work, weekends, even future plans, but not our plans. And now I'm confused. Do I keep going with the flow? Do I say something? Is this just how dating works? Or is it okay to want clarity early on? This sucks.
Yeah, ask for clarity.
This really sucks to be in this situation.
I would probably say, hey, just want to check in. I know we've had pretty vague conversations about future plans, but I'm really looking for something serious in my life. And if that's not what you're looking for, if you're not on the same page,
let me know.
Please let me know, because I think we should probably stop talking. I'm not looking to make more friends.
Right. All I can speak of is my experiences. And I've been through situations like this where, again, I think in this person's mind, they're fantasizing something that isn't there. After the first date I went on with my husband, there was a Rufus Du Sol concert that was coming up. And it was like, I think a month later, or maybe even, it was a month later, because if I say 2 months, we were almost engaged. So it was a month later. And he had asked me that night, oh my gosh, we should go to that concert together. And then he followed up and then he bought tickets. So, basically my point is, if this person wants to be with you and wants to get to know you, they will. If they want to, they will.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
So if you're second guessing yourself, it's probably not right.
Yeah, I would say what you need to say, and then you're probably not going to get the answer you want to hear, because they would have already done it already. Yeah. Be with people that take action.
Exactly. And people that you don't feel confused about.
Yeah.
If you're confused, there's a reason.
Yeah, there should be no confusion.
No confusion, no anxiety.
Certain.
And also another thing that I think is, if you get a text from a guy and you're screenshotting it to all your friends, how should I reply? What should I say? You should just know what to say, and you should feel comfortable.
You should not give a shit.
Yeah, you should feel comfortable with what you're going to say.
But not be nervous.
Correct.
You should just say what you want.
Exactly. So let's get into our would you rathers. Would you rather date someone who texts nonstop but never makes plans, or someone who plans dates but disappears between them?
Someone who plans dates but disappears between them.
I mean, either way, you're not sticking with this person.
Oh, like disappears entirely? That's weird though. They're just not going to talk to me between dates.
I actually dated someone like that.
Really?
He would ask me on dates, but then, and we went on multiple dates. Like we dated for a few months, but then like between dates, I would hear like once a week, like, hey, you want to go to another? It was really weird.
That is so weird. But
Maybe
I would rather that than somebody texts me nonstop, because it's annoying.
Yeah, the texting nonstop is also.
Mm-hmm. I don't like that. I'm busy. I don't like it.
Yeah. But definitely reach out.
I mean, call me. You could text me too, but
it shouldn't be an all-day texting situation.
No.
Would you rather realize mid-date they lied about their height, 5'8" instead of 6 foot, or lied about their age, 28 instead of 35? I don't like lying.
I don't like lying either way. But I would probably rather do the height than the age. The age is weird.
The age is a weirder lie.
It's weird. Maybe they lied because they're like, oh, no one's going to take me seriously, and I'm actually looking for something serious. But the height is like, oh, I'm insecure about this. So that's more an understandable thing. The age thing is like a deception. Like, it's really weird. I'm not going to.
Yeah, well, whatever. If someone lies to me,
it's already a no-no.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Would you rather be ghosted by someone you really like out of nowhere, or be told by them that they are not attracted to you in a physical way? Ooh, I don't know.
Ouch.
Both
sting if you really like somebody. At the very least, if someone is not attracted to you, at least you know. And that's okay. Not everyone's going to be attracted to you. I think I'd rather that one.
Yeah, I'm going to say I never liked getting ghosted. So I think it's just cowardly and rude and weak.
Yeah. I'd rather just be told they're not into me physically.
Yeah. Well,
it's fine.
Anyways, we'll see you guys next week.
We'll see you next week.